All right, what is going on, everybody? Today we are here with Robert from Seattle. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm excited to be talking with you today. I know we've had this on the schedule for a while. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, but really, really close to the heart for a lot of us, a lot of viewers here. But first, before we get into it, please remember, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell below. Everybody that is watching right now, like 70% of them aren't subscribers. They're people that are just seeing hair loss content for the first time. So make sure you smash those buttons because it helps get that message out to more people. So you have an interesting story and an interesting journey that you're walking out right now. Let's tell everyone kind of the origin story, your Batman Begins, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure that, so I'm 30 now, let me preface that. Pretty sure I started losing my hair when I was about 19. It was, I kind of discovered it accidentally. I was rocking the long, shaggy hair that was kind of in style at the time. Got tired of it, was like, I'm gonna go get my hair cut, got it cut short, and I was like, I noticed just my hair was receding pretty badly already.
Surprise!
Oh, yeah, that was great. A fun fact to find out about myself. And it just really kind of rapidly declined from there. You know, I kept my hair short ever since, and I could just kind of watch it happen. You know, it seemed like every day I looked in the mirror, it was just running away from me.
So over what period of time was it that you started to really kind of lose a lot of the hair?
I'd say over the next probably 2 years, it was pretty solidly bad.
Solidly bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, you know, for me, it really started with just kind of the hairline recession. And then I didn't really start losing like density or anything on the crown or top of my head for towards the end of that, you know, a couple of years. But then it all just kind of snapped and it was over.
Yeah, that's a scary moment when I think, you know, they say, right, that like you don't even notice hair loss when you start hair loss. It's only when like 50% or something like that is gone. So you're already kind of like half effed, if you will, or half shafted. Everyone watching this, Robert's really funny. He sent me an email. He's just like, I've been genetically shafted by the gods, which I just I loved, and I think a lot of us can relate, at least when it comes to hair loss. So you know, you've been dealing with this for a while. You also you mentioned that you have what else that you're dealing with?
Alopecia areata. So yeah, for viewers that don't know what that is, it's kind of an autoimmune disorder where you just kind of randomly lose like circular patches of your hair. It can happen anywhere at any time. There's no cure for it, so it's kind of one of those, it's your buddy for life once it starts happening.
And they don't know exactly like what the cause is.
Yeah, kind of jury's still out on that from what I understand in the medical community, but most likely it's genetic.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
So cool. But I'm sure that other people that are watching this can probably relate, and it's probably something that's scary. And you know, you're maybe even thinking, right, like, hey, can I even wear a hair system with this? Or like, this is a whole other problem, and that can be complicated. But so, Robert, you got like a pretty interesting story, right? Like, tell me about what have you tried to do to address both that and, you know, your hair loss in general?
Yeah. So, you know, for up until last year, I didn't do anything other than hide from it and run from it, and really let it dominate how I felt about myself. And it wasn't until actually the alopecia areata hit me that I thought I kind of started paying more attention to my general hair loss too. Actually, wasn't even my idea. I went to the doctor to talk about the alopecia, and he was kind of checking. I was like, I could get you on some finasteride too and see if that helps with the other hair loss. All right, I guess, you know, I still wasn't really ready to make that jump and do something about it. So kind of reluctantly got on it. I still take it. Don't know, can't really tell if it's done much. Largely because I've been shaving my head for a while now since the alopecia started. But yeah, other than that, medically or any other thing, you know, that's all I really tried. And like I said, that was the last September, so
yeah,
just under a year now that I've actually started trying to do something about it.
Yeah, and you said that as of recently or somewhat recently, you've tried a hair system, right? Like you've got some hair on your head, so tell us what's going on with that.
Yeah, this is so. I knew actually you're one of the first channels that I found, and I never would have thought in a billion years that this is a route I was going to go, but started looking at how good this stuff can look and how much of a game changer it seemed to be. It's like, all right, I know I'm going to make the plunge, but I wasn't ready to really go out and like get a good system and like splash the cash and do all that stuff. So I just got on Amazon, got a really cheap one that had bad reviews.
Sweet.
Just like, I don't want a good one. Like, I intentionally want a bad one because I'm going to practice with it. I'm going to cut in the base. I'm going to cut the hair. I'm going to do all the stuff. Practice taping it, the whole 9 yards. And so I went to town on it, man. I did some damage, but I learned a lot. I'm so thankful that I did that first and didn't, splash on like $200 some one and just cut it in. I learned a lot. But yeah, I'm still learning right now. I do rock it with the beanie at this point because it looks like a dead or dying badger. So
Texas Chainsaw Massacre helping that head, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's fun, man. I mean, so the thing that like is really cool about that though is, you said, hey, I want to take the plunge and this is something I know that I want to do. And what I love about your story is you actually took some action. It can be very easy, and maybe you even experienced this in your process of, first there's kind of like denial, right? Denial is not just a river in Egypt, people. I don't know if you know that, but it's true. And after we kind of go through some of the denial phase, we start like fighting and combating it, and then after acceptance, right, is like when you can start doing some work. So I mean, for you here, you went and you got something that you knew wasn't going to be prime. You basically hacked your own mind. You're like, okay, I'm not ready to spend whatever it is on a hair system. I'm just going to get a crappy one, that way I can practice and experiment and stuff like this. And you did that, and now you said that you're on your way towards getting an actual hair system. It's like going to be arriving in a couple days, right?
Yeah, I've got a few actually, trying all the different types that I could find.
He goes from not being ready to getting like, let me get them all. Let me get every single model.
Yeah, get in that Pokemon mindset.
There you go, man. Who knows? You're gonna be like a black market hair system dealer soon. You're gonna like walk up to people on my YouTube channel with like a black trench coat and be like, psst, what do you need? I got you.
Dude. I didn't think of it, but yes, I'm doing it.
All right, cool. I'll look out for you. I'll make sure to pin your comments. You can be my black market dealer.
Sweet.
So what kind of systems do you got coming your way?
I got like two of the full poly ones, like but differing thickness to kind of see
Sure.
How I want to do that. And then I got actually I got four. So I got an all lace, and then I got French lace with like poly perimeter. So
nice.
Kind of
so you got a
everything
hybrid.
I could find.
You got a full lace. Is that Swiss or French?
French.
Okay, cool. That's gonna last you a long time. And then you got the polys that you're gonna experiment with density, which is cool. Love it, man. That's a lot of experimentation. You're like a mad scientist out there. So this is pretty cool. You're going through this progression, and you're really diving into it now. And I think you're going to be really enabled to kind of go out there and just be ready for whatever comes your way. So what do you feel? You're doing this at 30, right? Which is not super late, but you said you were losing hair maybe 6 to 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And you're just now doing something about it. Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was, for one, hearing terms like toupee or wig or like hairpiece or any of that stuff, I had very much that classic like vision of what that looked like in the 70s or something, and I just never considered it. And basically I just gave up, man. I knew what I was dealing with, obviously, and I knew how much it was bothering me and almost controlling my life, to be honest with you. But I just kind of resigned to defeat and was like, well, I guess I'll never have good hair. This is just how it is, what I gotta deal with, Until I started, something kind of clicked in me, and I said, I want to do something about this. And actually, my my fiance she threw the idea out there one time, mentioning like a hairpiece. Nah. Then I kind of kept thinking about it still after that. Like, well, you know what? Maybe that is something though. I don't know.
Yeah.
And yeah, long story short, here I am.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
And you said before we started this conversation that you had kind of something that you wanted to share with the audience, like a message that you feel is pretty near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, definitely. For me, the biggest thing was, I really can't exaggerate how self-conscious I've been about my hair loss, and kind of what I mentioned, that sense of giving up, that like defeatist kind of attitude that I had about that. It really kind of permeated my whole sense of self-esteem as far as how I look, because just gave up, and I didn't want to, really, but I didn't think there was anything I could do about it, because I didn't take that plunge, and
Yeah.
I guess if I had to pick one succinct message for people, it's take the jump. You're not going to know until you try. Do what I did. Don't be afraid to mess up, And I know there's money involved and it's tight and that kind of stuff, but if this has impacted you the way it has me, to where it just, you've missed out on life because of something like this, it's worth it. It's worth the experimentation. It's worth the risk. Just, you don't have to let it control you anymore. We're past that age in our society. We can, and we got guys like you out there normalizing this, and it's awesome. There's no reason to stay there. You can take control of this stuff now.
Shoot, dude. Felt like that right there was like a motivational speech. I heard like really dramatic music. People watching this, let me know. Do you want to see like some hair loss motivational videos? Like, I don't know. I feel something about that. I just got a little image. But anyways, let me know in a comment if that's something you want. Wow, that's really awesome, man. And the thing I love about that message is I think you've realized something really powerful. And that's like how you do one thing is kind of how you do everything in life. Like, because everything, the world exists, but we are the actors on this world. The world is a stage, we're the actors. And the mindset that we bring into how we handle one thing really trends towards being how we handle every single situation in our life. And you mentioned that you were defeatist. You just kind of gave up. And it sounds like you experienced that in other areas of your life too, through your 20s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. It's, like you said, it's kind of it's a role that you choose to take. I chose to not do anything about it, and yeah, it permeates a lot of things in your life. I think the mentality, which probably a lot of people have heard before, is just be the main character in your story. Don't be a side player. Don't you can take control of this stuff.
Yeah, and you know what main actors do? They make decisions.
Yeah.
Side characters let things happen to them and they let the plot revolve around them, but main characters enforce their will on the plot of the story. They enforce their will on the world around them, and that's what we all have to be doing inside of our lives, to respond to what you're saying. When I look back, I had this image when you were speaking right now of when I was 21, 22, and for the first time I actually heard someone say, hey, I think you're actually like losing some hair. And my initial reaction to that was like, no, there's no way. And I went on my way, didn't worry about it. It was in the back of my head. But I always shoved it to the back of my head every single time. And when I look at how I handled everything in my life at that time, I always tended to just shove things to the back. Problems that were existing in both my consciousness the way that I viewed the world, my relationships, how I handled professional things. I was always just like, no, that's not actually how things are. Like, don't worry about it. Just put it aside. Like, very evasive of issues. And I really resonate with what you're saying. You know, the decision or how I handled hair loss is how I handle a lot of things in my life.
Yeah, that's a great point too, of what you said too about like you're controlling the plot too, you know, by making yourself that main character. That's really important.
Yeah. So you're the main character in your magnificent, unique, and inspiring story. What's the plot look like from here on out, man?
I'm excited, man. I feel, you know how long it kind of takes for these things to ship and get here and all this stuff, man. So it's been like a 2-week Christmas, and it's absolutely like I can't wait to get started and start this next chapter and just take that control back that I let go of. And so, you know, I think one of the big things is gonna really start putting myself back out there, doing all those things that I prevented myself from doing before. You know, go jump in the swimming pool, go to the beach, go do all this stuff that, you know, go to parties, whatever the case. I feel empowered to do that now, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just done. I'm just done being defeated, man.
Like, warms my heart so much, man. I know, you know who's gonna really love this stuff about you? Your fiance.
Yeah.
Like, just showing up and being more you is going to allow her to be more of herself and feel like she's loved more, and that there's this reciprocity there. And I hope it conveys, or I hope it actually improves that relationship. But I also hope that you are both inspired and you go out there and you live just a full life, man. That's unhindered, and that my biggest wish for you is you use this as a case study of you can take action to make a difference in your life, and you do that in every single aspect of your life.
Yeah, no question.
Well, thanks, man. I really appreciate you sharing your story. Is there any last words, any last thoughts, anything that you really want to make sure our audience hears and kind of gets across?
Yeah, no, I guess I summed it up in my little motivational speech there, but I guess just a quick note for anybody that is out there also dealing with the alopecia areata. Just want you to know that I hear you guys, man. It's rough. It sucks, especially since it feels like there really isn't anything you can do about it, but I think it's just another one of those things, man. Just take control, own it, do what you can to minimize its impact on your life. And it will get better eventually. I know it doesn't feel like it's ever going to go away, but it will.
So much love in my heart. So much love in my heart. This is so good. Thank you, Robert, so much for first just being brave, sharing your story. Thank you for being who you are and being a shining light for others to follow in your footsteps. And can't wait to watch your journey, man. I hope you stay in touch. Everyone, thank you so much for watching this whole video. We got a video ebook coming out. It's going to take you all the way from step one, if you're thinking about getting a hair system, how to deal with all the mindset stuff, all the way to actually cutting, installing, basically everything under the sun you could possibly imagine. There's going to be like 25 videos in this thing. That's coming out soon, but please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell below. I'll make a wrap out of that little thing, put it at the end of my videos, but please do that. It helps the channel, and we will see you soon.